problem that he has. He's saying, hey, I want my own shoe. Why don't I have my own shoe? Because you can't show value because you're in an event that only takes place every 4 years.
Times Square was already buzzing, but when Noah Lyles took the stage at the Athlos NYC event, everything stopped. Months earlier, he had criticized Michael Johnson's Grand Slam track, a league facing serious debt problems. Now, the Olympic champion was standing front and center. What changed? The track world was left in disbelief. Noah Lyles appeared at the Athlos NYC 2025 event in Times Square on Thursday, the 9th of October 2025. Athlos' official Instagram posted a video showing Lyles marking his presence with fiancée Janelle Bromfield. The 200-meter world champion acknowledged Athlos' post by resharing it on his own Instagram story. The appearance came months after Lyles publicly expressed skepticism about Michael Johnson's Grand Slam track. Grand Slam track faces $19 million in total liabilities, including $11 million owed to athletes and $8 million owed to vendors. The debt stems from unpaid appearance fees and prize money from earlier events, including the canceled Los Angeles meet. Michael Johnson's league held 3 meets in 2,025 inches, Kingston, Miami, and Philadelphia, before canceling its season-ending event in Los Angeles. The cancellation occurred in June due to financial strain. The league cited low stadium attendance, declining viewership, and rising operational costs as primary factors. A key investor withdrew an 8-figure commitment shortly after the April debut in Kingston, Jamaica. Johnson admitted to Front Office Sports, "That was a huge blow to us. Caused a major cash flow issue for us, put us in a difficult position, put our athletes in a difficult position." The investor reportedly signed a term sheet before reversing course days after attending the Kingston meet. The investor told Grand Slam Track they plan to invest their money elsewhere. Johnson launched the league in 2024, claiming $30 million in promised funding. The league never accessed that full amount. Lyles had declined to join Grand Slam Track despite approaches from the league. Back in March 2025, he revealed his concerns. "I would love nothing more than for this to be successful, because if it does, the amount of benefits it would provide, this could be a way for athletes to not have to only rely on world championships because you could potentially be making more money consistently throughout the year," Lyles stated. But he added crucial doubts. Lyles said, "Money is not the thing that's going to drive me every time. Who are your outside sponsors? Who are your non-track and field sponsors? I haven't even heard a block sponsor." From interviews to podcast appearances, Lyles repeated one demand. If GST wanted to thrive, it needed big names, big stars, big sponsors. That reasoning explained why he didn't sign on. Athlos, founded by Reddit co-founder and Serena Williams' husband Alexis Ohanian, held its second annual event in October 2025. The women-only track meet took place at Icon Stadium in New York on October 10, with the Times Square long jump event occurring the day before. Olympic and world champion Tara Davis Woodhall won the Times Square long jump competition with a mark of 6.81 meters. The event brought elite track and field to one of the world's busiest landmarks. Sha'Carri Richardson and Melissa Jefferson Wooden also attended the Times Square spectacle. Richardson serves as an advisor owner for Athlos 2026, along with Davis Woodhall and Gabby Thomas. The 2026 season will operate in a league format. Richardson attended both days of the event, participating in meet-and-greet sessions with fans at the stadium. Athlos continues to expand while Grand Slam Track struggles to survive. The contrast became clear when Lyles chose to appear at Athlos despite his earlier GST skepticism. The move suggested he has picked sides in what observers call the Track League War. Grand Slam Track promised $100,000 prizes for event group winners at each meet. The amount dwarfed existing purses on the traditional Diamond League circuit. Athletes signed up expecting unprecedented compensation. Instead, they waited months for payment. Olympic medalist Gabby Thomas commented on a Grand Slam Track TikTok post, "PLS pay me." The simple plea captured widespread frustration among athletes still awaiting compensation for performances in Kingston, Philadelphia, or Miami. Grant Fisher won $100,000 in Kingston, but said on July 30, "The last update I heard was that by the end of July, they wanted Kingston prize money out. It hasn't hit my bank account or anyone else's." In September 2025, existing investors provided emergency funding described by sources as up to 8 figures. The infusion covered half of what Grand Slam owes its athletes. Payments began landing in athletes' accounts in early October 2025. Ray Flynn, an agent representing stars including Josh Kerr and Cole Hawker, called the payments a huge step forward. He credited organizers for fulfilling their promise after months of silence. Winners Alliance, the athlete investment group chaired by billionaire Bill Ackman, led the emergency funding round. Ackman was supportive of the plan but was not heavily involved according to sources. Winners Alliance advanced funds to keep remaining employees on payroll and pressed other investors to contribute between $5 million and $10 million. A memo to investors stated, "Today is the beginning of Grand Slam Track's reboot. We apologize for the frustrations and hardships caused by the payment delays to date. Over the next 60 days, we will be working hard to make things right." Johnson cut staff salaries by 15% in June after canceling the Los Angeles meet. Athletes explored legal avenues while agents warned that patience was wearing thin. One venue, the city of Miramar, Florida, filed for $77,896 in unpaid facility rental fees. Grand Slam Track missed multiple payment plan deadlines for that bill. Johnson admitted in August, "The cruelest paradox in all of this is we promised that athletes would be fairly and quickly compensated. Yet, here we are struggling with our ability to compensate them." He maintained he remained confident about the future of Grand Slam Track. When Johnson announced the league in 2024, he acknowledged it would take time to generate profit. "If I had an investor who said, 'Well, I need it to be profitable in year 2, I would not take their money because that's impossible,'" Johnson said. "It's just not going to happen. Our investors have come on and said, 'Hey, we believe in the long-term viability of this.'" That viability now faces serious questions. Johnson told Front Office Sports the league secured new investors and would return for a second year after covering debts. Winners Alliance released a statement. Winners Alliance has always been, and continues to be, a strong supporter of Grand Slam Track and its ongoing development for the benefit of athletes and fans worldwide. Lyles' appearance at Athlos occurred while Grand Slam Track fought for survival. The timing proved significant. Athletes watched one league thrive while another struggled to pay what it owed. Lyles walked onto that Times Square stage knowing what his presence would signal. The track and field community took notice immediately. Social media erupted with commentary about Lyles choosing Athlos over Grand Slam Track. His resharing of Athlos' Instagram post amplified the message. The Olympic 100-meter champion had made his position clear without saying a word about Johnson's troubles. Athlos offers $60,000 to winners at its events. The amount falls short of Grand Slam Track's promised $100,000, but Athlos athletes actually receive their money. That difference matters more than the prize amounts. Reliability beats big promises every time in professional sports. Lyles warned about this outcome months earlier. His skepticism about outside sponsors and non-track sponsors proved prophetic. Grand Slam Track failed to secure the backing needed to sustain operations. One investor's withdrawal triggered a cascade of problems the league couldn't overcome. Johnson's vision aimed to revolutionize track and field compensation. He wanted athletes treated like tennis or golf stars. The concept attracted elite competitors and generated initial excitement, but execution failed to match ambition. Financial mismanagement or over-optimistic projections doomed the inaugural season.
We'll hear the first in the series of the 100 meters, and Iheme looking very strong again as they come through. And a superb run, a great victory once again there.
At just 16 years old, Iheme has done the unthinkable. The teenage sprinting sensation from Radley, Oxfordshire, isn't just another fast kid, he's something else entirely. In a sport dominated by grown men and Olympic veterans, Iheme isn't waiting for his moment. He's taking it, right now. When he clocked 10.3 seconds in the 100-meter sprint in August 2024, the world of athletics stood still. It wasn't just fast for his age. It was a direct challenge to the legacy of the greatest sprinters in history. To put that into perspective, Usain Bolt ran 10.57 at age 14. Noah Lyles, nearly a full second slower than Iheme at the same age. But Iheme didn't just edge out the record, he crushed it. That 10.3 didn't just top youth charts. It shattered the U15 world record, previously held by Jamaica's Sachin Dennis at 10.51. It wasn't a fluke, it was a warning shot.
Well, when I first saw it, I was in utter shock. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was jumping about, running around. I just felt so happy. But
in just one electrifying performance, Iheme rewrote the history books. And the craziest part? That 10.3 would have placed him third at the 2024 British Athletics Championships against grown men. His time also catapulted him into the elite ranks of European U18 history, trailing only Teddy Wilson and France's Jeff Arias. At 16, Iheme isn't just breaking age group records, he's running with the best of them. Born on the 1st of October 2009, Iheme is no accident. Sprinting runs deep in his blood. His parents, Innocent Iheme and Nkiruka Anu, were both international sprinters for Nigeria. His mother, now his coach, believed in his talent before he ever took a step. "When I was pregnant, he kept kicking," she told the BBC. "I knew when he was in my tummy." That instinct turned into reality. Divine stood out from his earliest school days, and by 13, sprinting was no longer just a hobby, it was a mission. With the help of Radley AC and the PWD Athletics Academy, founded by his mother, Divine honed his explosive power and technique. The results? Beyond anything the UK has seen in years. While his 100 meters record caught the headlines, he wasn't done. Fast forward to January 2025. Divine entered the BFTTA Indoor Series in London and broke the 60 meters world record for 5-year-olds twice in one day. First came a blistering 6.72. Then, not long after, 6.71. That was enough to obliterate the long-standing record of 6.74 set by Jamie Samuels back in 2003. In just one afternoon, Divine rewrote the script again.
Oh, Divine.
With these times, he moved into fourth on the UK's all-time U18 list for the 60 meters, just 0.02 seconds behind Mark Lewis Francis's 6.69. That's not just impressive, that's unheard of for someone who had just turned 16. His power off the blocks, explosive drive phase, and natural composure hint at a sprinter years ahead of his time. And it's not just about speed. Divine's running style is what truly sets him apart. While many young sprinters try to copy the greats, Divine has carved out his own lane. He's watched Bolt's legendary 200 meters world record countless times, but when it comes to his own stride, he says it's unique and natural. "I don't try to model it from anyone," he told Sky Sports. "I just try my best to slingshot off the bend in the 200 meters and keep going until the finish line." That rare mix of fearless execution and flawless form has coaches losing their minds. His relaxed upper body, smooth cadence, and mature race management are rare in athletes his age. He's not just fast, he's smart fast. Despite all the hype, Divine remains remarkably grounded. When told he'd beaten Noah Lyles' youth time, he didn't gloat. He smiled and said, "Noah Lyles is a great athlete, and he's given me a lot of confidence to pursue this career, run quicker, get a better time." The same goes for Usain Bolt. Divine has long said that watching Bolt at the 2009 World Championships lit the fire in him. Now, that same flame is pushing him to inspire others. He even looks up to Allyson Felix for her grace and composure, admiring her fluid stride and the way she performs under pressure. But this story isn't just about speed. It's about sacrifice, legacy, and family. His mother gave up 9 years in the British military to train him full-time. His father and grandfather were both athletes, and his 2 older brothers, Praise and Wisdom, are also serious about sports. It's a full house operation. Divine says his biggest goal isn't just to win medals, it's to give back. "I want to make sure that in the future, they can just sit back and relax while I can get them gifts, buy them a house," he told the BBC. The goal is to try and make them happy, make them live a great life. In 2024, Divine became English schools champion over 100 meters. He didn't stop there. He completed the 100 meters and 200 meters double at the English Athletics Indoor Age Group Championships. Every meet he enters, he dominates. By August 2025, he'd run 10.29 seconds at Lee Valley, a British U18 best and a European all-time record for a 5-year-old. It's not just raw speed, it's consistency. Whether it's the 60 meters indoors or the 200 meters outdoors, Divine shows up and wins. The comparisons to Bolt and Lyles are not just media spin, they're backed up by the stopwatch. Even Usain Bolt has noticed. In a recent podcast, Bolt reflected on his early days and how success came before he was ready for it. "When I started out, I didn't understand the concept of being great," he said. "I would go to meets and I would lose. And I was like, this is strange, this is new. So it took me a while to understand." Bolt's takeaway: talent isn't enough. You need consistency, humility, and work ethic. All signs point to Divine absorbing that lesson early. His focus is unshakable, his training relentless, and his perspective mature. The British media has already dubbed him the new Noah Lyles, but Divine isn't chasing titles, he's chasing greatness. His highlight reels are spreading like wildfire across TikTok and Instagram. Track fans can't get enough. But even with all this attention, Divine keeps a modest social media profile. He's not in it for the likes. He's in it for the grind. Now, scouts from top athletics programs in the UK and Europe are circling. They see what everyone else does, a future Olympian in the making. Divine's current goals: break 10.2 inches the 100 meters, go sub 21 inches the 200 meters, and with the way he's progressing, it's not a matter of if, but when. He trains 4 times a week at PWD Academy while juggling school, family, and an intense athletic schedule. It's pressure, but he thrives under it. As of October 2025, Divine is ranked among the top U18 athletes globally in both the 60 meters and 100 meters. That's not hype, that's fact. What's most impressive isn't just that Divine Iheme has done what Bolt and Lyles didn't at his age, it's that he's doing it without losing himself. While many young stars get lost in the fame, Divine is staying grounded because he knows exactly why he's running. He's not sprinting for attention, he's sprinting for something much deeper: family, purpose, and legacy. And that's what truly makes him dangerous. This isn't just another fast kid. This is destiny in spikes. And the world better keep watching, because Divine Iheme is just getting started.
Quickly picks up Howard behind him, and then out wide at Kelly. How quick will he be? He's stretching away now. Isn't he beautiful to watch? He did switch off. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
At just 17 years old, Gout Gout has done what few ever imagined. He's shattered records, stunned international athletes, and injected new life into Australian sprinting. But beyond the headlines and the split-second finishes lies a story that's only just beginning. Because Gout isn't just fast, he might be the future of global track. Let's rewind to a warm evening in Perth. Gout Gout, then a relatively unknown teenager, stepped onto the track for the Australian U20 National Championships. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. In one day, he clocked not one, but 2 wind-assisted 9.99-second runs in the 100 meters. Though ineligible for records due to tailwinds, the message was clear: a new sprinting star had arrived. Gout didn't stop there. That same weekend, he demolished a piece of Australian athletic history: Peter Norman's 5-6-year-old 200 meters national record. His time? A blistering 20.04 seconds. Just months later, he would better that mark again with a 20.02-second finish in Ostrava, Czech Republic, making it official. Gout Gout had run the fastest 200 meters in Oceanian history. This wasn't just another fast time. It was the fastest ever by an Australian and the second fastest 200 meters by any under 1/8 sprinter in history, just behind Usain Bolt's world best. That record-breaking run in Ostrava wasn't against local talent either. He beat established international names like Cuba's Rainier Mena and Olympic medalist Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake from the UK. And through it all, Gout remained composed. After the race, he told reporters, "I feel good. New personal best, new national record in my first European race. I don't feel any pressure." There was no arrogance, just a calm, self-assured teenager with a growing list of accomplishments. Gout's rise is even more remarkable when you look at where he came from. Born in December 2007 Inches, Ipswich, Queensland, he's one of 7 children in a family that fled war-torn South Sudan. His parents, Dinka refugees, endured a difficult journey through Egypt before settling in Australia. His name, Gout, was a clerical error during the immigration process, a mistake that would soon become a symbol of triumph. Originally drawn to soccer, Gout made the switch to track in his early teens. By 14, he was rewriting national records. At 15, he was already running 20.87 seconds in the 200 meters and earning a silver medal at the World U20 Championships in Lima. And by 16, he had signed a professional contract with Adidas. While many teens his age were worrying about exams and social media, Gout was racing grown men and breaking continental records. In April 2025, at the Australian National Championships, he clocked an incredible 19.84 inches, the 200 meters, though the wind reading made it unofficial. But Gout wasn't discouraged. He smiled and said, "It's definitely frustrating. I run fast times, but the wind is not on my side. Hopefully one day the wind will be great." Weeks later, his wish came true. With legal wind conditions, he ran a 20.02 inches Europe, an official record that confirmed everything fans had hoped for. To truly grasp how monumental this is, let's put things in context. By age 17, even Usain Bolt hadn't run that fast. Gout's performances are not only national headlines, they're global signals that a new contender is rising. When the 2025 World Athletics Championships arrived in Tokyo, Gout was the youngest man ever selected for Australia's senior sprint team.